Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Funding is provided by a grant from Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who spent a lifetime caring for others. Absolute Care is located at 26 Cass Street in Westfield. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the Docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Access Channel 5 television studio in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Senior Report is broadcast live throughout northern Chautauqua County on Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. each week. Call in and share a thought, make a comment, ask a question, or simply wish someone a happy birthday on Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Since 1995, Reed has been bringing viewers hundreds of interesting guests, informing the community on a variety of subjects. Here's the host of the show, Reed Powers.
And good morning. What a beautiful day we have. I'm being scalped again by somebody. What a beautiful day we have in Chautauqua County. The sun is just beaming down. It is a glorious day. I want to compliment a couple of people, incidentally. Down in Westfield, a big chunk fell out of my curb, a huge hunk of cement. And it would have wrecked a car. Well, I called Ed LeBaron, who runs the public services or whatever there, the road department, and he told me to take care of it. And you know, within minutes, up came a crew. They picked up this giant chunk, and they said, "We'll fix it right now." And they had some plywood they put up and boards, and within a minute, almost minutes, they actually had poured concrete and completely filled it in again. I want to compliment the Westfield Road Department and Ed LeBaron, who makes sure things happen there. He's on the Johnny on the spot. I'll tell you, there's some people that really just work overtime, and he does. I want to thank all those people out there who called in last week. We had a lot of things to talk about. For instance, we do have a beautiful, beautiful poster of the first lighthouse gas lit in the United States. It's in Westfield at Barcelona Harbor. And I'll show you a picture of this thing. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? And I want to compliment Lori Herman, who is the artist who did this. It's a beautiful painting. It's a lithograph of a painting. And it's free. To the first caller who calls in and says, "I'd like to have the lighthouse." We also have a companion piece of the Westfield clock. And Main Street, you know, Westfield has been there for a long, long time. This Main Street's almost a couple hundred years old. And I wanted to give that away with this. So anybody who would like to have a couple of posters, they're $20 incidentally, and it goes to the Westfield Development Corp, which is bringing in new business and fattening up the old businesses, hopefully. And I want to thank Joel Seacrest, who's an attorney in Westfield, who is running the program, and along with Martha Bills, who helps out. She's the town supervisor. And it's just a great crew over there. So you get this beautiful poster, it's huge, I might add, of the lighthouse if you would like it, for free. It's usually a $20 donation to the Westfield Development Corp. And it's just great. Don't forget waffles, incidentally. There's a huge festival going on, the Arts and Crafts Festival down in Westfield. Drop in and see thousands of articles and items handcrafted, and it's beautiful. It's incredible, crowded, jammed. And you can get some real crispy, cheap waffles, and they're free for a sample if you'd like to try it, from the Westfield Fire Department, which goes to help the Westfield firefighters. So stop by the waffles. Don't miss them. Today, now when I say today, I'm saying this is the 30th of July. The people who are watching this down throughout the week, don't bother. It's over tonight. All right, so at any rate, I'm going to take a trip, incidentally. I will be off the air in early September, and I want to thank John Hamels and others who will help out and guest host for me. I'm going on a trip. Incidentally, it's on the NCL's Gem, which is one of the giant ships. Has 2,500 guests on it, among other things. It's just huge. And it would go from Main Street lights from Westfield's Portage up to Westfield's Tops. The two lights, it would still probably overlap them, and all the way over to Clinton Street. It's a huge ships. These ships are incredible. They're like a fifth of a mile long or something. They're incredible length. And it's a wonderful trip. You get the cruise, and then you stop. We're stopping in Bermuda for a couple of days, which is just a wonderland. And I'm going solo on the 18th of September to the 25th. If anybody would like to join me and share the cabin costs, it's peanuts. It's $585 is your share. So give me a call if you're interested. It's a wonderful trip, and you can't go wrong. All right, enough of that. I'm talking my head off here, and so much. The national news is still insane. The Republicans are holding up, and the Democrats are fighting, and it looks like they may have a debt increase, or they may not. Who knows? If they don't, everything's going to go to hell, according to all the pundits. And the chances are they've got to, and they're fighting it out. I think they will settle it at the last minute or the next day or whatever. And you can bet you this, they'll throw the seniors under the bus. They're going to take away Medicaid, Medicare, a lot of Medicare. They're going to disband it. And of course, they will not give you a COLA. Social Security will get chopped. They haven't given seniors a meaningful COLA. We're down to 40 cents on a dollar, what we had 10 years ago, I might add, when we spend our dollar, Social Security dollar, because they've given us those fake figure COLAs, you know, the core inflation, which don't reflect all the other things, and that you usually buy, like groceries and gas and energy and insurance, which has just gone sky high in the last 3 years. No COLA. They say, well, we haven't got the money. Whoa, what happened to the $8 trillion trust fund for Social Security, of excess Social Security payments over the last 100 years or whatever? Oh, we had to use that. But there's a promissory note in there. Yeah. Sure. Don't trust your Congress with a trust fund. Believe me, these people, they've stolen everything. There's nothing. They borrowed all the money they could from us. They borrowed all the money they could from our children, and now they're borrowing from our grandchildren for their wars, which the ammunition makers, they make all the money on them. They're the rich and powerful who own 1%, who are 1% of our population, and they own 90% of everything in this country, all our assets, everything. They own 90%, 1% of the people. And they are rich, and you and I are losing our salaries through inflation, and we're not getting raises. They're cutting our benefits. They're taking away health care. Hey, something's got to change, folks. And now here they are holding us up, and so that the last minute thing is, oh, we had to do it. Yeah. They're throwing the seniors under the bus. Mark my words, this is a senior report in advance. It's a prediction. Okay, enough said. We have a great program coming up. We're going to be talking to a couple of people that run the Veterans Association hospital. It's hospital, right, in Erie, and they have some interesting programs. One is for the homeless veterans. Did you realize that there are over 100,000 homeless veterans right in the area who have no home? They just wander around on the streets. And sadly, and I shouldn't mention this, but 1 out of 10 kills someone, many of them themselves. A lot of them commit suicide. Suicide right now is astronomical with the vets the soldiers and vets who are serving in these insane wars over in Afghanistan. And it's just madness going on here. And our Congress refuses to do anything about it. Oh, we'll get out eventually, you know, probably 10, 15 years, who knows? Yeah, they bankrupted Russia in Afghanistan. It bankrupted England almost, and even Charlemagne or somebody went in there and got bankrupted. You can't beat back these natives who have their little fiefs. All right, enough said. On the other news coming in, of course, on the state level, we have no tax increases, although we had a 25% increase last year. That should be enough. And on the county level, of course, we got a 15% tax increase between what was the 9% plus the building, which they say was about 6%, new building. And it looks like we're going to have the same kind of increase next year on the county level, from what I hear. And it looks like it's going to be the highest taxed county in the United States, which it is right now, next year, too. probably the highest taxed county. I don't know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, but we'll have Mr. Crosscut in, talk to him about it anyway. He's good enough to give up his Saturday mornings to come in here. He answers your questions. Thank you, Fred Crosscut. He's the chairman of the legislature. Okay, local news, lots of good things happening with our senior clubs. We have the greatest senior clubs in the world. If you haven't joined them, you better go after them. And I got a note here, right, just came in, and this is from Marianne, who is the head of the Office of the Aging, and she tells us that if they go through with some of the things they're going to do, it's just going to murder the seniors here. Get through to your representative. Brian is our representative, and we'll be getting some more information about Brian from John Hamels, who will be talking about it. Okay, over Portland, Brockton, Portland seniors have a good club there. Robin Carr, many people know her. If you want to join, call her, and you'll be all set. There will be no July anniversaries over there, but happy birthday to Bonnie Supo, Joan Bertando. And they have an annual picnic coming up in the Portland Brockton, so sign up for if you're in the area. 29th of August at noon, and it sounds like fun. Everybody's having picnics now. There's a big one, the county picnic, don't miss that. That'll be August 12th over in the Midway Park, and it's a fabulous picnic. Don't miss that. They played bingo, called by DeJoe, of course, Tom DeJoe. All the senior clubs played bingo, you know, after the meeting. Dunkirk Federated has a nice big group over there, and I just wanted to say, you probably know the people who are there. Josie Wilsinski, she is just terrific. Charlene Hallmark, and Loretta Hemick, I'm sure you know, president. And if you want to join that group, they have the greatest clubhouse you've ever seen again. It's huge. It's just gigantic. Lakeshore seniors meet there, too. Crowd from over in Fredonia. And Charlene Hallmark is the president. Drop around, see her. And I wanted to mention the fact that their next meeting is coming up soon, and it's Jean Cabrera. I'm sure you'll know her. She's going to be doing the job. Mayville has a great crowd. We are in Mayville right now. And Emerson Chandler and Fred Anderson just did a great big picnic for them. It's fantastic. They had an indoor picnic. They meet at the VFW at the foot of the hill in Mayville, and it is just what a place they've got. Joyce Ayers is the president. If you want to get involved, join her and drop around. Happy birthday to life members, Jack Abrams and Fran Frey over there in the Mayville crowd. Josephine Crandall and Betty Lou Zenz are having July birthdays, I might add, and they're lifetimers too, yeah. There are a few seats available for the September 20th trip to Sprague's Ice Cream Breakfast and the World War II and Zippo Museums. And just drop around, tell them you want to go, cheap. Sheridan Happy, seniors, they have a happy senior song, it's fun. I'm going to have them come over here and sing it one day. They meet at St. John Bosco Hall, and they have a wonderful place over there. The secretary is Clara Griffin, who's a long-time, hard-working member of the crowd, and of course the president's Ellen Subble. I'm sure many of you know Ellen. We were talking about the ministry trip. We found out it was the old library restaurant in Olean, and they had a wonderful dinner with a Hawaiian luau theme, and they had Hawaiian dancers dressed in grass skirts, and they even joined they asked them, the members, to join in, and they gave them a grass skirt. And they sang Tiny Bubbles. Who sang that? That was a famous song. I can't. Who?
Don Ho.
Don Ho, right. Who could forget Don Ho? Thank you, John Hamels. A fount of information. See, I have so much information packed in here in 72 years. It takes so long to sort through it, you know. It's getting worse and worse. August 5th over there at the Sheridan Crowd, I wanted to mention they're having the regular meeting, and it'll be a pizza party, including refreshments by Liberty Winery. Silver Creek, nice little meeting they have there. They're Route 5, about where Route 20 is. They have a lovely clubhouse. And I just wanted to say happy recovery to Ivan McClenathan over there. Next meeting is